Hello and welcome to Blackberry Ridge. We're in the shed. um, my friend Ken yesterday, Wednesday, came over and brought me this antique Treadle sewing machine that belonged to his mama, and then before that belonged to her mama. Now, Ken is 78 years old. He actually graduated high school the year I was born. We went to school together, went to college together. We were non-traditional students, and we survived calculus together. Anyway, that's our history. We've known each other since 1991, I think. Anyway, he had promised me or told me years ago, probably 20 years ago, that uh, he was going to give me this sewing machine. And I didn't think much of it because people say stuff all the time. And he'd said on several other occasions, do you still want that old treadle sewing machine? I was like, yeah, if you ever want to get rid of it, I'd gladly take it. I'd give it a good home. So he brought it yesterday. So this is the cabinet. I'm going to kind of come in here. It says on the front of the cabinet, Davis. So it is an old Davis sewing machine. And I'm going to lift the lid. It's kind of got these little hinges on this side over here. We're not going to undo the hinges at this point. They're just like these little crooks that kind of fit into a hole. And remove this. It's one of his old t-shirts. And show you the machine. It rolls freely. So it's not seized up or anything. It is going to need to be taken apart and be cleaned and oiled and prettied up. Currently has on it, it looks like maybe a zipper foot. So all the pieces are working really well. They're kind of rusted up a little bit, but I'm tickled pink. Absolutely tickled pink. I'll come down here, get you a good view of the wrought iron work that's on the treadle. This is vertical feed. This is where the belt goes through and goes up. You sit in, it gets powered here. So needs to have some work done on the flywheel there, it sounds like. This part here is the table that gets raised up. Like I said, we're in the shed, so we just put this down in here. Here you can see on the drawer pulls, it says Davis on the drawer pulls. In this drawer, it has a lot of really great gizmos. This here, I'm not quite sure what this does, but I will figure it out. Okay, let me give you a little bit of details about the history of this. This belonged to Ken's grandmother, Rains. His mother was the oldest of 6 children, and his mama was born in 1911. And his mama, as a young girl, learned to sew on this sewing machine. And she later, here's the belt that's broken. She later became a seamstress working at Levi Strauss in Knoxville, Tennessee. So after his dad passed away, his mom helped to support herself and the two boys by working at Levi's in Knoxville, Tennessee. His mom passed away, let me think, probably 5 to 8 years ago. I'm not quite sure. Time kind of passes, sometimes slowly, sometimes fast. She was in her 90s when she passed away. So, not quite sure how old this machine is, but let's just say 1911. If it were, if she would have gotten the machine in 1911, then that would make this machine about 106 years old. So, remarkable, remarkable, wonderful, thoughtful present. Thank you, Ken. As always, thank you for coming to Blackberry Ridge. God bless America. Pray for our country. It's Vivian Ann on the side of the mountain in Northeast Tennessee. And when you're 100% off-grid, it's really something to have a Treadle sewing machine. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. It's Vivian Ann on the side of the mountain.